Okay, so imagine stepping back to pass, looking downfield, and just getting slammed into the turf 55 times in a single season. But real quick, before we get into that madness, please make sure you hit the like button, drop a comment below with your thoughts, and subscribe to the channel right now.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to miss what we've got today.
Seriously, because you are really going to want to stick around until the very end of this deep dive.
Yeah.
I mean, we have an extremely shocking conclusion regarding a canceled blockbuster trade and a massive quarterback release.
Oh, it is just a completely wild day in the NFL right now.
Truly. So our mission today is to take this huge stack of breaking 2026 NFL free agency and trade reports and just synthesize all this chaos into a quick 60-second style blitz of pure insight for you.
Right, getting straight to the strategy of what you actually need to know.
Exactly. So let's unpack this Geno Smith saga first. He is making this crazy movie-like return to the New York Jets after a just brutal season with the Las Vegas Raiders.
Yeah, brutal is definitely the word for it.
I mean, he led the league with 17 interceptions and took those 55 sacks. To me, it feels like moving back into your childhood bedroom after a terrible housing investment. So why did this Vegas experiment fail so spectacularly?
Well, former Raiders coach Pete Carroll actually took full responsibility for the collapse. He admitted that they just, they didn't prepare Geno adequately in the offseason.
But they just didn't prepare him.
Exactly. And the real physical mechanism of that failure was the offensive line. They failed to upgrade the protection, and that line got absolutely murdered.
Right, and when you're running for your life, you make mistakes.
Yeah, you have mere fractions of a second to process the defense, so you're forced to make these highly risky throws into tight coverage just to avoid another hit, which perfectly explains those 17 interceptions.
That makes total sense. And because the Raiders are now moving on to the presumptive #1 pick, Fernando Mendoza, the Jets were able to acquire Smith for incredibly cheap.
They really did.
But wait, I have to push back here for a second. Upgrading a quarterback room that just ran through Justin Fields, Tyrod Taylor, and Brady Cook. I mean, is that actually a bad thing for New York?
It might be. It's what we call the too good dilemma.
The too good dilemma?
Right. Because Geno is an immediate, undeniable upgrade under center. But by raising the team's floor, he might win just enough games, say like 7 or 8, to squeeze the Jets completely out of a crucial top draft pick in 2027.
Oh, wow. So they get stuck in the middle.
Exactly. They escape the basement, but they risk locking themselves in the NFL's middle-tier purgatory. You aren't bad enough to draft a superstar, but you're not good enough to make a deep playoff run.
That is fascinating. But let's look at the other side of that Geno equation, because the dysfunction that caused Vegas to abandon him seems to be a symptom of a much larger crisis. Which brings us to the shocking reversal we teased earlier.
It really does. So the Raiders just abruptly backed out of a massive trade that was supposed to send their star defensive end Max Crosby to the Ravens.
Which is just wild to pull the plug on at the 11th hour.
Seriously. Baltimore's GM Eric DaCosta said he is absolutely dudded by the reversal. Meanwhile, Crosby celebrated staying in Vegas by posting that famous Undertaker I'm back gif on social media.
And if the market wasn't chaotic enough, we also just saw the Arizona Cardinals officially release Kyler Murray.
Right, which is a masterclass in cap strategy. They needed a clean slate, and eating that dead money now resets their financial future. And the Minnesota Vikings are already circling as the heavy favorites to land him.
Wow. So when you look at a team trying to rebuild its foundation, like trying to recover from that terrible housing investment we talked about earlier, it leaves you with this to mull over.
Yeah.
With blockbuster trades reversing overnight to avoid cap disasters and franchise quarterbacks suddenly hitting the open market out of nowhere, how much of a team's success in the NFL relies on careful long-term strategy, and how much is just surviving pure, unpredictable chaos?